Defensively, gosh, you guys must have been gassed at the end there, trying to hold them on so many, basically shutting them out of touchdowns until that fourth quarter. What do you feel the whole performance was today for you guys?
Specifically defensively, unacceptable. Got to stop the run, first and foremost. Too many free access, too many yards. 200 yards on the ground is unacceptable in our room. I don't care how many times we hold them to field goals, how many times we, could get them to not score a touchdown. Like that just puts us behind the 8 ball as a whole team. We got to play complementary football better between special teams, offense, defense. We can't turn the ball over. We can't let them drive down and then be able to kick a field goal because the field position, all of that stuff matters. So it definitely was a team effort. That's a good team they got over there. We played them 3 years in a row. We knew what they were bringing into town. They got great players. They get better every year. I know second year with this coach, they felt a little bit more confident than they did last year. So, yeah, that was a good team. Credits to them. But, it was unacceptable from the team. But good thing is it's week 2. And like you guys know, it's rare you go undefeated in this league. So I'm happy to just get that out the way now while it's still early.
Well, what was the difference? You knew that Robinson, you knew Algiers were both good runners, but what did they do specifically that you guys couldn't stop?
Execute. We had good calls. Nothing they did that we haven't seen before. A lot of the runs they did last year. It just was about execution. All 11. One guy here, one guy there, one guy this drive, one guy that drive. It's just, we were all, passing the baton in terms of, messing up one play, and they were just capitalizing on all of our mistakes. So, like I said, credits to them for being able to just execute their plan better than ours.
Josh, the first two runs, right out of the gate,
yeah.
25-17.
Yep.
What went wrong with that?
Like I said, execution. We called certain coverage, certain scheme. We got to get guys moving and playing their gaps the right way. Then we got to swarm. We know kind of player Bijan is. He's getting better every year. I told him that after the game, man. He's one of those guys where you can't afford to have a guy not get to his gap, or you can't afford for a safety not to come down and fill that hole as fast as possible. So yeah, I don't know specifically what happened on those 2 plays, but I know we didn't execute because it never looks like that.
Josh, what is the mentality of a defense when the offense is struggling? What is it times today?
We don't worry about the offense. At the end of the day, we got a defense where we got guys that can change football game and put our offense in the best position. If we don't give up no points, they can't win a football game. So it doesn't really matter what the offense does. I think when we have this home field advantage, we get the crowd, we get the noise. We got to play perfect on defense. We can't afford to give our offense and our young quarterback drives where they got to start at the 20 because they just got a field goal and they was able to kick a kickoff and stop us. Like we got to be able to create turnovers, win the field position battle, help out however we can, and on defense we didn't do that today.
Josh, I know it's still fresh, but what's the biggest lesson that this team can take from this loss?
That nothing in this league is given. Everything you want, you got to earn and you got to take. I tell the guys that all the time, man. We got to be greedy. Just because we can go out last week and throw up a stinker for 3 quarters and then pull it out at the end, don't mean that's going to happen every week. This is a league where they get paid just as much as we do, and if we're not on our stuff or if we're not on our P's and Q's, it can end up just like that, and we can come back in here going 0-1 instead of 1-0. So, I think the message is just attack every day, every rep, every moment, like it's our last. And if we do that with the kind of guys we got in this room and the kind of coaches, there's no reason we shouldn't win every game. But whatever we did out there, that was unacceptable. The fans, home opener, didn't deserve that. We'll be better next week for sure. But, that's just one we got to look ourselves in the mirror, move on, and shake back. Appreciate you guys.
What was going on for between the whole game? Honestly, as a defense, I felt like we stepped up, and forced a lot of 3 points instead of touchdowns. And but there's still some things that we need to clean up, in the run game, and getting our blocks, setting the edges, and playing the cutback. And just making tackles.
How much is a bigger role for you? How much do you kind of thrive in that environment?
Just embracing every role that they throw at me. Just trying to do my job at the highest level. We get coached very well throughout the week, and honestly, just applying the technique and skill, on Sundays, when it's time to execute.
Can you learn more from this game than week 1?
Of course. There's a lot of opportunities out there, on my end, on the defensive end as well. And, we just got to execute and, just play better, especially at home. So.
Dallas, what did you see in terms of their run game? Nothing surprised you know that both those guys are going to be great, especially Bijan. But where did you guys kind of fail in giving up that yardage?
We just got to set edges, play cutback, and just tackle, at the end of the day. So, they had two good running backs, that we knew going into the week, going into this game, that we had to tackle and be physical with. And, play cutback, set edges. And, that we are very aware that they had a very good O-line coach, in the offensive scheme when it comes to running the ball. And, honestly, we just got to execute better, as a defense, set edges, play cutback, and get off blocks and make tackles.
Dallas, apologies if you already did, but can you just walk us through your sack that you had?
Honestly, it was just the bank was loud, of course, so the pressure's coming. Everybody somewhat got a little piece, and I was just the cleanup guy. Grave got there for the pressure, and I just made the play.
Coach Flores told us on Thursday that when he had looked back at last week, he realized you didn't play as much as he thought you did. Was that a conversation you had with you as well, that he had wanted to play you more last week?
I mean, not really. I was just, if my number's called, my job is to execute, and play that we are called on defense. And honestly, just any, snaps and opportunity I get, I just try to go out there and do my job to the fullest.
It's a process, right? And you have to stick to the process. And nobody losing confidence, I can promise you that. And I think everybody in this locker room is excited just to go back to work. And that's what I love about this team. I haven't been around very long, but you could feel it from the moment I got here that everybody knows that you have to grind, you have to work, you have to build every single day, and you can't not take advantage of those moments.
You already dealt with this, but aside from the injuries up front, what prevented you guys from getting into a rhythm and getting back into one?
Yeah, I think it's just one thing here, one thing there. Again, you got to go look at the tape because it's hard to say, you're so focused on your individual thing. But, I think everyone on the offensive side could raise their hand if they could have done something better, or there was one play here, one play there. And, again, that's why it's the greatest team game there is, because you have to have 11 guys on the same page on every single play to have success. And so, yeah, it'll be a great learning moment for us. Obviously, losses stink. But if you use it the right way and you learn from it individually as a group, and you come back, you can really gain a lot of momentum from that.
Did you think you were going to turn the tide when you had that big third down reception, and you just thought maybe this is our chance to now turn it?
Yeah, I think you're always looking for that on offense, defense, really as a team. You're always looking for a big play or a big first down to get some momentum going. I think that's why this game is so great too, is because you can always look to one or two plays of, if we go score right there, it might change everything. Obviously we didn't, and that kind of stopped the momentum a little bit. So I think you can always go look. I know individually I can go look at a couple plays like, man, I wish I would have done this a little bit better, because that might have been that play to change momentum. So that's why this game's so great and why it's so frustrating, but a great opportunity to go back to work tomorrow.
On the positive side, how did it feel to run out of that tunnel for the first time back here?
Yeah, definitely sent chills down my body. But, again, just happy to be playing football, and I got a lot of work to do, and I'm excited to go back to work.
JJ hasn't faced a loss like this too often in his life. What would be your advice in helping him through this next week and moving past this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just an opportunity, right? It's a great opportunity to get better. Learn from some of the plays that maybe he could have done better. Maybe you grow on some of the things he did well, and you just keep fighting, and you keep that confidence, which, again, that's why we all love JJ, because we know that he's got confidence, and we know that he's a guy that can handle adversity, and that's just this league. I think the more experience you can pour into a guy like that, and all the young guys, right? That's this league. I mean, I told them on the sideline at the end of the game that we started 5-0 one year and missed the playoffs. We started 1-2 and went to the NFC Championship game. So a week 2 loss doesn't derail who you are as a football team. So, but it can if you don't treat it the right way. So, great opportunity to see what this team's really made of, and what kind of guys we are to go fix this thing.
You've also seen losses like this help a team this early, right?
Absolutely. I think a loss is always a great opportunity to look at yourself inward, find a way to get better individually, and then in turn find a way to get better as an offense, as a special teams, as a defense. So, we'll hopefully, which I have a lot of confidence that this team, every single person will find a way to get better from this loss.
Our standard of ball, regardless of where they are. So, I think that is good that we held it to some field goals, but at the same time, if we play the way that, we want to and should, then maybe that helps everything that much more. Maybe they don't get a couple field goals and we're in a better position. So,
Eric, in the run game, everyone's talking about execution, just coming down to stopping, Bijan and Algiers. What did you see out there?
From my point of view, it's a matter of making proper reads and decisions. Like you said, everybody executing, making sure everybody's on the same page, because that's what defense is. We got to be on the same page, people in the right spots. It's something that we talked about, just trusting your brother, trusting yourself, and playing together.
Because even though defense played really well, you guys pride yourself on not letting them get many running yards.
Yeah, exactly. So our standard is much higher than what we did today, so we're going to check the tape and clean it up.
What can a loss like this early do to help a team?
It shows us not to take things for granted. Don't take stuff sweet, and make sure each and every game that we're putting our all out there, and just getting stops when we need to, making plays when we need to, when they're there, making them, and playing together.
We heard last week about how the positivity kind of stayed on the sideline despite the circumstances. Did you find that was the case again this week, even as that fourth quarter comeback?
Yeah, I think regardless of the situation, we're always going to, stick together, be positive, know that it's always, one play away, one play. Defensively, we can make a big stop. Offensively, teams, we're got to have that one play mindset. Go do your best on this one play and do that over and over again, and it'll stack up for everybody.
Was it like seeing Theo scoop up that ball you knocked loose?
Yeah, that was great. I'm glad he did. I went to go block for him, but I think he got like 10 yards or so. But hey, this is a takeaway to takeaway.
Awesome. Thank you. Good to see you again.
Thanks.
And JJ, just overall, is there anything different from the slow start Monday night than tonight?
It's really tough to really say. Just like I said, I got to kind of watch the film and see all of the angles and see what was going on. But it's tough. It's a tough league, and it's our second game. So it's a lot of things that we need to fix and work out and figure out. But we just need to execute at the end of the day.
Justin, your opportunities have been limited so far. Do you see anything differently that defenses are doing to take you away? Or is it kind of the same stuff you've always seen?
Yeah, kind of the same stuff.
Yeah.
We just need to figure out, just ways of moving the ball downfield and, converting on those third downs. So it just all leads back to executing and just all 11 doing their jobs at the same time.
Just with that 22-yard completion in the fourth, did you think, hey, maybe there's still a chance here at that point?
Oh, yeah, there's always a chance. As long as there's time on the clock, there's always a chance, especially in football. Football is so unpredictable, and a lot of crazy things happen. So, and just like, last week, just having a slow start and fourth quarter turned it on. So, that's something that we need to figure out and need to understand that, we need to start off fast from the first snap, not late in the game when, we're trailing from behind. So we just got to execute at the end of the day.
I know you can't control injuries up front either, but what do you say to JJ after a game like this where he was sacked 6 times and turned the ball over 3?
Yeah, it's a tough game. Every game is not perfect. Every game is not going to be your A+ game, and it's okay. It's good. That's the second game. We understand, and we're not expecting JJ to be perfect. We're not expecting anyone to be perfect, but we are expecting everybody to do their jobs when it's called to. So, and even myself. So, we just got to go back to work tomorrow. Understand that it's going to be a short turnaround, and we just got to get back to our football, not playing other people's football.
You said a couple of times that this is our second game. Were you expecting these kind of growing pains early on?
Not really expecting. We're always expecting to go out and execute and play our best ball every single game, but football is unpredictable and things happen. and we're not expecting anyone to be perfect, just like I said. So I feel like JJ's confidence is still there. He's still going out there and leading and being vocal, and he understands that everything is not perfect as well, and he understands that he have a lot of guys behind him backing him up every step of the way. So there's room for improvement for him. There's room for improvement for everybody else on that team. So it's not really just looking at JJ. There's a lot of things that went on out there that JJ can't control. So we just need to all do our job.
How can a game like this for the offense become a positive for this team so early?
Say it one more time, sorry.
How can a game like this, when it's only the second game in, become a positive? What can you learn from it? How can it help you guys?
Yeah, I mean, if you really look at it, it's just self-inflicted wounds. It's not really we're getting outplayed. It's not really we're getting outcoached. We just need to go out there and execute every single play from the start of the game, not, late in the game when we're trying to figure everything out and trying to come back. So it's just all about coming to work every single day, preparing ourselves for this moment, for the game, and then going out there and doing exactly what we did in practice, no differently, and just going out there and executing. And I feel like the execution is the main focus of this game.
It was cool to see Adam get his moment coming out of the tunnel and going back home. And just what do you think it meant to him to have that?
Yeah, him being the first one called, you definitely heard the energy. You heard the energy from the crowd, and I feel like the energy of the crowd was there, especially, the first snaps on defense. They were loud. They had trouble on their offense getting the play calls and getting the snaps. So the energy was there. I'm glad, 19 got to feel that and feel that energy. But it definitely would have been great with a dub and a victory. But it's just like I said, it's the second game. There's a long season to go, a lot of game left to play. So we just got to figure it out and come ready to play next week.
Did it feel like just maybe when Adam got that third down conversion, then Speedy got it, like just maybe this is where it's going to turn?
Oh, for sure. There's a lot of great things that that we did in this game. There's a lot of great things to look at, but there's also a lot of bad things as well. So we just need to clean up the tape, clean up the film and understand we need to execute every single play and come ready to play from the first snap, not late in the game.
Justin, 2 games in, what do you feel like you've learned about this offense this year?
I'm still learning. I'm still learning things, and I definitely feel that we have a great offense. We need to execute. We need to execute better, and we need to go out swinging first snap, not late in the game. So it's just we got to lean all on ourselves, look in the mirror, and just understand we need to come to work, and we need to be better as a team.
Was there different energy then at the beginning? Like you said, let's come out swinging, or did you feel something, or is it
No, the energy was there for sure. It's just, executing our plays and just coming to work, that first snap, and just not, relying on our defense to really give us the ball back or give us energy. We need to be the ones that come out with the energy, even though I felt that we did have energy, but energy is one thing. Going out there and making plays is another.
Awesome.
Thank y'all.